Hello and welcome everyone to Cafe. I'm Crystal Candy.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. Great to be back with you to share all of the fun and exciting events happening this week.
It's going to be a great week.
Yes.
And before we do anything else,
we're going to start off with Amy Sweezy, who is at the Orlando Science Center. Hey, Amy.
All right, I am inside the Orlando Science Center, inside Kidstown, and inside the Isaacs Family Climb Time. It is so exciting because this is a really fun exhibit that they have for the kids. And this is my friend Aubrey Coates. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Amy. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, tell me a little bit about this exhibit. This is Climb Time. This is a play-to-learn place for kids up to 7 years old?
Yes, this is Kidstown is great for kids 0 to 7, and Climb Time is a great area for those who are a little bit older, maybe between the 3 and up age, where they can start using and defining those fine motor skills. You can climb around. There are lots of little fun games and activities, a scavenger hunt, all within just our climbing area. And that's not even the rest of Kidstown.
There's so many other things too, right? Tell me about that.
There are a lot of things to do. We have our classic Orange Grove, an iconic aspect of the Science Center. A lot of our guests have grown up with that, and that has continued to grow with our visitors over time. We also have some incredibly fun areas for even our littlest learners. Our 0 to 2-year-olds can start working on some of those moving skills, getting to touch, see, and experience everything, as well as our Explore Zone, which gives all our little learners that very introduction into physics, into touch to learn, hands-on science, really getting to see science in motion.
Okay, and I should mention, it's kind of noisy, if anybody at home can tell, but that's for a really good reason, right?
It is. Just like our visitors, the Science Center is always growing. So we are under construction in our new Life exhibit, which is going to be a wonderful exhibit featuring some new animal ambassadors.
And that opens in the fall of 2023.
It opens in late 2023, so mark your calendars.
Okay, awesome. And one other thing I want to ask you before we leave Climb Time, is this a place where parents can just drop off their kids, or this is meant to be them together?
This is definitely a learning together experience. There's a lot going on. We always encourage our visitors to interact with their family, even make new friends, but it's definitely a great opportunity for little learners to be working on some of these skills alongside with their parents, getting to start working together, which is a very important aspect of STEM to begin with.
All right, and the last place I want to visit is my favorite that has to do with the water. So can you show me that next?
Yes, absolutely. You're gonna love it.
All right, I am literally inside the Drip Drop Splash. Aubrey, tell me about this exhibit.
This is one of our most popular exhibits. It's so fun, it's so hands-on, and it gives all of our little ones 0 to 7
here it comes.
multiple different ways to start to really understand science, get very hands-on with water patterns, cause and effect, and just a lot of good, clean fun.
And you know kids love splashing around and getting all wet, right?
Absolutely.
This is fun. All right, so this is just one of many things that you can do while you are at the Orlando Science Center. Kidstown is so much fun for kids and adults alike. You can take a little break while your kids play and have fun. Be sure to join us down here at the Orlando Science Center every day but Wednesday during the school year.
so the Science Center, they are always changing up certain exhibits, and I was there this week, they have really got some cool things coming up, so definitely stay tuned.
Amazingly always new. Yes.
Awesome. Join nearly 100 employers offering thousands of job openings at the Central Florida Employment Council Job Fair. Bring your resume on November 1st to the Orlando Fairgrounds, the expo building there. You'll be able to meet with recruiters from several different industries. Not only will you find out about current openings in Central Florida, but you'll also have access to resources that can assist you in your job search. The fair takes place from noon to 4 p.m. If you want to attend, pre-register ahead of time at cfec.org.
Orlando Shakes, in partnership with UCF, invites you to enjoy a classic children's tale with a contemporary twist called The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. The story follows the currently incarcerated wolf who explains how he was framed for the unfortunate house-related incident. He says he was only at the 3 houses to borrow a cup of sugar, but the pigs had iPhones and they filmed the whole thing. The fun is taking place now through November 11th. For tickets and showtimes, go to orlandoshakes.org.
The Arts Bridge charity presents Playfest 2023 on November 3rd and 4th at Orlando Shakes. Playfest consists of 6 new play readings from a diverse array of playwrights. During each reading, patrons will experience groundbreaking new works while participating in the creative process. At a post-show talkback, audience members can share their reactions directly with the playwright and their creative teams. Go to orlandoshakes.org for tickets and showtimes.
Head over to Blue Bamboo Center for the Arts on Sunday, November 5th to enjoy an evening with Greg Parnell's Classic Jazz Band. Parnell's 8-piece ensemble celebrates the big band music of Count Basie, Glenn Miller, Duke Ellington, Benny Goodman, and many others. Also, Greg Parnell recently purchased the music library from jazz icon Bill Allred and looks forward to preserving his great music for future generations. Doors open at 2 p.m. for the 3 p.m. show, so get there early. Go to bluebambooartcenter.com for tickets. It is that time of the year where elections are on everybody's mind, and Susan Scatliff is with us, and she is the Manager of Customer Relations at the Orange County Supervisor of Elections Office to tell us what's happening in this season. We often think about the election season, Susan, as something that it only happens every 4 years, but that's not the case.
That's not the case here in Orange County.
So what's coming up this year?
This year we have 2 elections coming up, which will be November 7th. That's the City of Orlando is having an election, and also House District 35 is having an election.
And for people who don't know, these are the representatives of both the City of Orlando and in the Florida House for that district, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
So when it comes to getting ready for election, first of all, what should people be doing to make sure that they're ready to vote?
Well, first of all, you need to get registered to vote. That's the first thing you have to do. For any elections coming up 29 days prior to any election, you could get registered to vote. That's the first thing you want to do. Make sure that you're registered to vote.
And how about making sure that you know where your polling places are and things like that?
Well, this year in September, we sent out notice of elections to all Orange County registered voters, which have on the polling place location, also have if they have a vote by mail on file or whether or not that vote by mail has expired, also have the political party in case they want to do a party change. So all Orange County voters was notified in September with a notice of election.
So when it comes to voting by mail, what is that mechanism like now? Because I know it has changed.
Well, yes. December 31st, 2022, all vote by mail has expired. So if you're a regular vote by mail person, you could go on our website at www.ocfelection.gov and request a vote by mail. You could also call our office to request a vote by mail by phone.
And do you have to make sure that are their signatures important or anything like that? How does that work?
Well, people's signature change. You might have an illness or something like that. So
we just don't write very much.
Exactly.
Like me.
we always tell people, if your signature change, please update your signature on a voter registration application. So if you request a vote by mail ballot and you vote a vote by mail ballot, we compare your signature to that on file to make sure that your signature match before we accept that ballot.
Now, we always think about the Supervisor of Elections office as just doing elections, but what else does the office do?
Well, we do a lot of voter education. We go out there to a lot of the school and we do Sunshine State Young Readers. We also go out there to the high school and register the high school student register to vote. We also go to a lot of adult living facilities with people who request a vote by mail ballot and have them vote in that election. So we do a lot of voter education. We always out there in the community. If anybody wants us to come out there, they just call our office and we will set up a time and a day to come out there. to educate the voters.
And there is a thing going around lately of just like, my vote doesn't matter, why should I vote? What is the answer to that?
All vote count in Orange County. I have been there for a long time. I have seen somebody win by 1 vote. So, all vote count in Orange County, and it does matter in Orange County.
And if you don't vote, you can't complain.
Right. You can't complain if you don't vote.
So this upcoming voting season that we have, the actual voting date is what?
November 7th for this election for the City of Orlando and House District 35. Now, you know on election day, you have to go to your assigned polling place.
Right.
But it's also 3 ways to vote. Vote by mail, vote early, and vote at your polling place on election day.
And if you're voting early, you can go to any of the early voting locations?
Well, for this election, we only have 3 locations. For this election, we have 119 West Cayley, we have Alafaya Library, and we have Valencia at Lake Nona. Those will be the 3 early voting places for this election, which is coming up November 7th.
All right. So get out there and make your voice heard and be a part of the community and its elected officials. As that's what this whole thing is about.
This is what it's all about.
Thank you so much, Susan, for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
One of Orlando's longest running tradition returns to Lake Eola Park for its 52nd year. Fall Fiesta in the Park celebrates the beauty of the season as hundreds of amazing artists and craft booths surround the park. Plus, you can enjoy a variety of food vendors, live entertainment, and a kids zone. The event is free to attend, and it's presented by Mount Dora Center for the Arts, but it's being held at Lake Eola. Go to fiestainthepark.com for more information.
Since 2021, photographer Monica Frizzell and audio engineer Adam Scher have been zigzagging across the country amassing an audio-video archive. The fruit of their labor is an exhibition called Uncommon Bonds. Their stories come from people based in both rural and urban communities, and they illustrate a mosaic of community life. The show runs now through November 5th at the Art and History Museum's Maitland, and for tickets and times, go to artandhistory.org.
Film Slam 2023 comes to the Orlando Museum of Art on November 5th. Film Slam is a unique showcase for local independent filmmakers and their audiences. The event is designed to foster community and promote inclusivity, experimentation, and creativity. Film Slam has been Central Florida's only consistent public screening event for independent filmmakers. Showtime begins at 2 p.m. Go to thefilmslam.org for tickets.
Breakthrough Theater in Winter Park presents A Voice in the Dark, a Salem story, now through November 6th. Told through the eyes of a 15-year-old named Abigail Hobbs, this is a thrilling and poignant tale from one of the darkest periods in American history, the Salem witch trials in Massachusetts. You'll find showtimes and tickets at breakthroughtheater.com.
It's so interesting that some of this history is coming back to life in the form of art,
right?
So that you can learn about it in a different way. I like that. I think that's so interesting.
So many young people may not know that even existed. So it's an interesting way to bring that story back, those stories back.
Absolutely. And as a not so young person, I think I could learn a thing or two as well
definitely.
from this type of programming.
Lots
awesome,
of things
guys.
we don't know about it. So.
Well, that wraps up this week of events. If you have one you'd like to share with us for next month, send us an email at cafe@ocfl.net. I'm Crystal Candy.
And I'm Clarence Reynolds. Remember to join us next week to see what's new and exciting in your community.